Hi, I'm Kelly Ellis.
And I'm Lori Dennis, and this is Design Time. We are here at the Phillips Collection showroom to answer your questions. Kelly, you want to hit it first?
I do. Let's get started. So at Designs, Alexis says, what's the best part about your job? Wow, there's so many great parts, but the easiest thing for me is at the end of a design, a really big project, anything, to see how happy the client is. That is always the best part of any job, that wrap, tears in their eyes, they're so happy, their lives have changed, whatever you've done for them, there's nothing more gratifying than a happy client.
I think I might have 3 equal parts. The beginning, when you first get the project, you land it, the excitement, what you're going to do with it, the creative juices in your head going. That's a really great feeling. A lot of endorphins, a big high. I love shopping with other people's money. So that's equally endorphins pumping and a really good high. And then of course the reaction of the clients and the gratefulness of the clients at the end when you give them something that they could have never imagined, but is exactly what they want. There's nothing more gratifying.
Absolutely. What's next?
We have at the cream of the crop. How would you describe your style to a client looking to hire you?
Oh, let's see. Wow. I've had this question a lot, when they're vetting you as somebody that they may want to hire. And I say that my style is your style. So I am not the designer who puts a stamp on something. So you're not going to hire me ever and go, oh, that's a Kelly Ellis room. Sorry. I actually prefer to really focus on what the client wants and then give it, obviously, amp it up and give it some style. But I don't have a signature style on purpose because I don't want to be pigeonholed. How about you?
I think the answer to the question for me is going to be very tailored and uncluttered. No matter what style I'm going to do, whether it's going to be an East Coast shingle style beach house or a very contemporary Hollywood Hills sleek metal and windows, I'm very tailored and uncluttered in my style. And the other thing that I find is imperative in the designs that I do is that the architecture and the interiors have some kind of a relationship to each other. I can't stand the disconnect when you walk into a mid-century house and there's Gothic, Elizabethan furniture in there. It's just, it just doesn't feel right. There's something kind of really not feng shui about it. We just learned about that yesterday. And I just want a connection. I want there to be a story through the landscape, the architecture, and the interiors that's cohesive and that makes you feel good everywhere you turn.
So she just described the job of an interior designer. So basically you have a clean line, which is perfect. I mean, and there's obviously designers out there that you and I can pick them out right away. We know their design style because they have a certain colorway, a certain look. Some of them create their own furniture, so we know their own designs, which is a nice way to be known. But I think between the two of us, we've pretty much left it very open because we love to see what our clients come up with. Really. Okay, moving on. From @very-very-pretty. I was recently hired for my first out-of-state project. I am nervous about staying organized and about communicating with the client. What advice do you have for project management? Oh boy.
That's a big one.
It is a big one. We have a lot of platforms that we like to use. I am a fan right now of Evernote. I also know that within our own corporation, we use Basecamp, which is a really great platform to communicate, share documents, share notes between each other.
I like the name too, Basecamp. It's a cool name.
It's fantastic. It's a really great program. We've just implemented it so much so that you probably didn't even notice because you can put your own logo on it, which is really great. So when you're communicating with clients, it's got a branding, it keeps everything consistent. So you're able to send out your invoices the same, your proposals the same, communicate with each other.
It's all through Basecamp?
It's all through Basecamp.
It's one to check out.
It really is a fantastic program to use. How about you?
Well, I think that what's key in staying organized and communicating with the client and project management is working with a team in the field that has your back. Whether you're going to send someone from your office who's going to be there full-time to manage, or whether you have a good relationship with the contractor or the project manager at the out-of-state or out-of-city location, or whether the client is really on top of it. It's just, I think with technology, with Skype, you can really be there every day, communicating with people on site and seeing and walking through virtually with what's going on there, so that you can make sure that things are tied up, seamed up, and put together. I haven't looked at this
Basecamp.
Basecamp
Yeah, it's really
app.
great.
It sounds like something, you know, that can help you get even tighter. A lot of the times on my projects, I work with my husband, who runs the build side of our design build firm, and he's got a lot of project management software that we kind of fall in line with, and so we work in sync together. So I think it's really important to have some kind of software that helps you stay on track in terms of construction, especially when it's I mean, even
out of state.
even at home, but especially when it's out of state, so that if something goes wrong, you can really nail it down, find out what's wrong, fix it, and move on smoothly, so it doesn't become a snowball effect.
And to your point about technology, when you are doing the FaceTimes, you can record those. So it's almost like you had it in writing, because I know when I've had communication with clients face-to-face and a decision's been made, if it's not written down right away or there's some documentation of it, it could turn around and bite you. So you can record the FaceTimes, and that's something I've done too, out of state. So note that, and then you can add those to your documents or whatever
Right.
project management system you're using. So.
Every single thing you do should be documented
Yes.
and signed off on by the client, even if it's retroactive. So you were on the site with them virtually or in person, and you walked through and had some verbal discussions about things. Immediately, either you or someone in your office needs to document that in an email that's sent to the client and requires a response in that email,
Right.
so that they can acknowledge that they've received that.
And you can write that.
Yeah.
Response to, a reply to this email will signify that you have read it. And that's it. And that will at least cover you in case you get.
It does, because inevitably, even though our clients are lovely people, you know, they're
never
busy
know.
people, and they come back and they say, gold table,
Yeah.
I wanted a silver table. And I
Right.
say, no, you said gold. And then it's a he said, she said. But when you can come
Right.
back and you can say, oh, you know, here's the documentation that showed you gold, they'll just back down immediately, and you won't have an argument.
Yeah, no arguments. We don't want that.
No argument.
No. Okay, next one for you.
At Lawton Interiors, how do you feel about e-design services?
Oh, well, I actually do that. I have a platform that I do that through, Decorist, online, and they've actually provided a really good, a really comprehensive service to do that. And it's an interesting way of doing it. I started online design TV years ago, before the internet was even a thing as fast and as great as it is now. And it was to try to touch people in different states, just like this previous person was asking, and be able to reach out in a different way. Now, because we have so much software, such great platforms, you can design virtually so simply. I mean, you can create boards, you can send software space plans, you can send 3D CADs, you really don't have to be there. So being able to design virtually, e-designing, I think is such a blast. And I've created this system, like I said, through Decorist, where it's a one room at a time type deal, but I send 3 different plans. I let you know exactly what to buy, where you can buy it, laid out for you. And it's been a really fun way, a different way, an easier way, and easy way to design homes and reach out to people.
I know a lot of important designers with successful practices do e-design, Kelly being one of them. There's a few other pretty heavy hitters that offer that service. It's really not for me. I don't like blanket solutions for different people. I really have gotten to the point in my career where I really want to have special, custom, and full home projects or full business projects. I don't want one room at a time thing. It's just a little bit too small for me and too impersonal. So it doesn't really work for me, and I'm not a fan, but I do see the need for it and the success that other designers are having doing it.
So there you go. And the last one, need more time.
Need more time.
Don't we all? We all need more time. Who is your go-to for really unique accessory items?
Well, we're sitting in one of them.
I know, it's funny.
We're sitting in one of them.
Yeah.
Phillips collection has some of the most impactful and interesting accessory pieces I've ever seen. Some of the things that they do, and even the way that they style their showrooms, is they'll take a small item and repeat it. What we're seeing behind us is kind of funny. We've got
So
that
cool.
question right now. We're seeing them repeat this over and over so that it becomes really this 6x6 sculpture and has so much impact. And the finishes that they have on these things. I actually bought these logs we're sitting on for a client years ago, and we were able to use them outside because they've perfected the technology that they don't fade. They're able to be used indoor, outdoor, and it's in front of this very luxurious sofa, and they have these gold tree stumps.
Awesome.
And it's just, you know, mind-blowing kind of things. They just have so many interesting large-scale accessories in here that you just see in magazines, and you said, where
did
the
they
heck
get
is
that?
And
Where
then
did they get that?
You
Yeah.
walk in a Phillips showroom or go through the catalog and go,
Oh.
there we go. And they're great not only for residential, for exterior, but for hotels, for offices. I've used them many times for offices, entryways, corporate, government. These kind of large-scale things, they have a punch. You don't need a lot of them, and they work everywhere. So this is a great resource.
You know, we were talking about in a previous design time about working in commercial and how fun it can be. Sometimes you get the flavor of that business and the company and what they're trying to evoke, you know, to the business world and to their consumers. There's no better way to do that than with huge statement pieces, giant people doing yoga poses. I mean, how amazing is that? I just thought of this. I've got a.
Can you imagine?
I have a corporate club Pilates office I'm doing.
Fabulous.
Really?
Fabulous.
I can't. Yes.
I know.
Yes. I need the giant yoga person standing here. I mean, so and you wonder where to get it?
Giant yoga person.
Yeah, it'll be here.
And every season they just keep coming back with unique things. You have these very indigenous kind of tribal accent pieces, like these eggs that have writing on them from this culture.
A Kalimantan egg.
There you go. And if you shake it and it has a noise in it, you're going to have good luck. And if you don't,
get rid of it.
Plan for something else in your life because it's going to be a bad year. And just, you know, the natural root kind of furniture,
I love it.
longwood, the gold, the metallics here blow my mind. I mean, they're just so phenomenal. And now they're doing these large-scale animals that sit on the floor. So if you're a poodle fan, they have this great poodle. They have a huge life-size lion. They have these feathers that go in multiples on the wall.
Yeah, I love this.
I mean, it's just, you could just do this sweeping array and these gold feathers just decorating the space. So it's playful, it's authentic, and it really spans from, you know, ancient civilization to outer space and everything in between in terms of what you're going to find in here. So it's a great go-to.
It's our #1 go-to. I'm happy to be here in the showroom, and that was another fantastic design time. Thank you for your questions. Keep sending them, and we'll see you next time.
We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.